Welcome back to the channel JF Coin, where we explore the fascinating world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and the true value behind the change you might still find in your pocket today. In this video we are diving deep into the history, value, and market story of the 1941 wheat penny. This 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln wheat penny, is a small piece of American history that can actually be worth a lot of money depending on its condition and rarity. Today I will explain everything from its background and design, to why collectors are willing to pay high prices for certain examples, and of course we will talk about its current market value, which can reach up to $42 for a well-preserved piece. So stay tuned until the end, because you do not want to miss out on these details. Let us begin with the history. The 1941 wheat penny is part of the legendary Lincoln cent series that began in 1909 when the United States Mint decided to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the centennial of his birth. The wheat reverse, also known as the wheat ears design, was created by Victor David Brenner and remained in use from 1909 all the way until 1958. On the obverse you see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right, along with the words "In God We Trust" above his head, Liberty to the left side, and the date 1941 stamped to the right. On the reverse, the coin proudly displays two wheat stalks curving inward with the words 1 cent in bold lettering at the center, United States of America below, and E pluribus unum across the top. This design is simple, yet iconic, and it has become one of the most collected coins in American numismatic history. Now let us talk about why the year 1941 is so important. The United States was on the verge of entering World War II, and the nation's economy was shifting toward wartime production. The mints in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco struck over 1 billion wheat cents in 1941, making it a very high mintage year. To break it down, the Philadelphia Mint produced more than 887 million coins, the Denver Mint produced over 128 million, and the San Francisco Mint produced more than 92 million. This massive production means that the 1941 penny is not considered extremely rare in circulated condition. However, when it comes to coin collecting, rarity is not the only factor. Condition, mint mark, and striking errors can make a huge difference in value. When you pick up a 1941 wheat penny, the first thing to look for is the mint mark. If there is no mint mark under the date, then the coin was minted in Philadelphia. A small d under the date means Denver, while a small s means San Francisco. Generally, coins from San Francisco tend to be a little scarcer than those from Philadelphia, but all three mints can produce valuable coins if the condition is right. So how much is a 1941 penny worth today? Well, that depends on the grade. Most circulated examples that have been in people's pockets for decades are worth only a few cents to $1. However, when you move up to higher grades, the price rises quickly. A coin that has been well preserved, showing sharp details and minimal wear, can easily sell for $5 to $20. But the real excitement begins when you look at coins graded in uncirculated or mint state condition. These are coins that still have their original luster, with no wear from circulation. Collectors pay strong premiums for these, and a gem-quality 1941 wheat penny can be worth up to $42 on the market today. There is also the fascinating world of error coins. A 1941 wheat penny with a striking mistake, such as a double die obverse, off-center strike, or clipped planchet, can skyrocket in value. Some rare error examples have been known to sell for hundreds of dollars, and even more if they are graded by a top grading service like PCGS or NGC. This is why it is so important to carefully check your coins, because what may look like a common cent could actually be a treasure waiting to be discovered. Let's not forget the historical significance of this coin. Holding a 1941 wheat penny is like holding a time capsule from the early years of the 1940s, just before America officially entered World War II after the attack on Pearl Harbor. Millions of these coins circulated in the hands of families during the war years, buying groceries, stamps, and everyday essentials. They are not just pieces of metal, they are symbols of a country that was about to undergo massive change. Every scratch, every worn detail on these coins tells a story of its journey through American life, Collectors love the wheat pennies because they are affordable entry points into numismatics. You can still find them in coin rolls, coin shops, or even in old jars passed down from relatives. Starting with coins like the 1941 penny allows new collectors to learn about grading, mint marks, history, and the overall hobby of coin collecting. And once you discover the beauty of these small coins, it can lead you deeper into the world of rare numismatics where some Lincoln cents have sold for tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So next time you come across an old penny, do not overlook it. Check the date, examine the mint mark, and consider its condition. That little coin might just be worth more than you think. For the 1941 wheat penny, the magic number on today's market can go as high as $42 for a gem-quality uncirculated coin. And if you are lucky enough to find an rare variety, you might be holding a real jackpot in the palm of your hand. To wrap things up, the 1941 wheat penny may not be the rarest coin in the Lincoln series, but it remains a beloved and collectible piece of American history. With its timeless design, historical context, and potential value, it is no wonder that coin collectors everywhere continue to treasure this small copper cent. So keep your eyes open, check your coins carefully, and remember that sometimes the smallest treasures can carry the greatest stories. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1941 wheat penny and you want to learn more about other rare coins worth big money, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Share this with your friends who love history and collecting, and let us continue exploring the incredible world of coins together. Would you like me to also make a shorter, punchy version of this script for quick YouTube shorts, so you can attract even more viewers? Today we are diving deep into the story of one of the most iconic coins in American history, the Lincoln wheat penny, and not just any penny but the 1940s wheat penny from San Francisco that has surprised collectors with its rich history, incredible background, and market value that has caught the attention of coin enthusiasts across the world. The Lincoln wheat penny has always carried a powerful place in the hearts of Americans ever since it was first introduced back in 1909 to honor the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the very first United States coin to feature the image of a real historical figure. Before this, coins in America usually carried allegorical figures like Lady Liberty, but when Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president, was chosen to be honored on the 1-cent coin, it forever changed American coinage design and created a new tradition of honoring real people on coins. Now let us talk about the 1940s wheat penny minted in San Francisco. The S mint mark beneath the date tells us it was struck at the San Francisco Mint, which was one of the 3 mints producing pennies at the time, along with Philadelphia and Denver. In the year 1940, America was recovering from the Great Depression and preparing for the challenges of World War II, so every cent in circulation truly mattered to the lives of everyday Americans. Pennies bought bread, milk, candy, and other essentials, and in those days, 1 cent had real purchasing power. The design of the coin is iconic. On the front you see the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials VDB are faintly present on the coin, and that portrait became the most lasting design in U.S. coinage history. It has been on the penny for well over a century. On the back we find the famous wheat ears, which symbolize American prosperity and growth. The words 1 cent and United States of America sit proudly between the wheat stalks, along with the motto E pluribus unum. Now collectors and historians love the 1940s penny because it tells the story of a nation on the brink of change. During the year 1940, nearly 112 million wheat pennies were struck at the San Francisco Mint. That makes the coin common in circulated grades, but the magic happens when you find an ultra-high quality coin with sharp details, bright luster, and no signs of wear. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything, and that is where values can skyrocket. A typical 1940s penny in average circulated condition might only bring a few cents or a couple of dollars, but if you have one in mint state condition, especially with a high grade from professional grading companies such as PCGS or NGC, values can rise dramatically. A bright red 1940s penny with minimal marks and crisp detail can sell for hundreds, and in rare cases even more. But today we are talking about the fascinating Ultra Lincoln 1940s wheat penny that has attracted collectors with its beauty, rarity in condition, and market Desirability: the current market value for a high-grade example has been recorded at around $42, which may sound surprising for a coin that was once worth only a single cent. Imagine the journey of that penny, created in 1940, surviving World War II, surviving decades of circulation, and now being preserved in a collector's album, or a showcase with a value far beyond its original face value. That is the magic of coin collecting, turning everyday money into history and treasure. The story of this coin does not end with its value. What makes the 1940s wheat penny so special is its place in American culture. People who held these coins in their hands in the 1940s were buying war bonds, rationed goods, and contributing to the greatest generation. Some of these pennies may have even traveled overseas with American soldiers serving in World War II. Each coin carries a story, a piece of American life captured in copper. Now let us talk about varieties and errors. Collectors are always on the look out for special mistakes made at the mint, which can make a coin far more valuable than normal. Some 1940s pennies have been found with repunched mint marks or die cracks, which are unique flaws caused during the striking process. These error coins can attract big premiums depending on how rare and dramatic the error is, so always check your coins carefully, because you never know if you are holding a small fortune. So why should collectors pay attention to the 1940s Lincoln wheat penny? The answer is simple: it is affordable yet historically rich. It connects you with America's past, and it offers the thrill of discovering a piece of copper history that may be worth far more than its face value. For beginners, it is one of the best coins to start a collection with, and for seasoned collectors, it is an essential piece of the wheat penny series. When you hold a 1940s wheat penny, you are not just holding a coin, you are holding 80+ years of history. You are holding the spirit of Abraham Lincoln. You are holding the resilience of the American people during one of the most challenging decades in modern history, and you are holding a tiny piece of copper that has transformed into a collectible worth real money in today's market. So next time you check your old coin jars, piggy banks, or inherited coin collections, keep your eyes open for the wheat penny with the date 1940 and the S mint mark at the bottom. It may look like just another penny, but it could be an ultra Lincoln penny that collectors are hunting for, and its market value of $42 could be yours. Coin collecting is not just about money, it is about stories, history, and preserving the past for future generations. The 1940s wheat penny is a reminder that even the smallest coin can carry the greatest legacy. And that wraps up today's deep dive into the fascinating world of the 1940s wheat penny. If you enjoyed learning about this historic coin, do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow coin lovers, because together we keep history alive. Would you like me to make this script even longer and more stretched out, like a 20-minute YouTube narration with repeated storytelling hooks and dramatic emphasis? Or should I keep it at this detailed but concise storytelling length? Today, finding a well-preserved 1948 wheat penny, especially in higher mint state grades, is a true challenge. Collectors love to add these coins to their sets and will pay strong premiums for coins that are still bright red with full original luster. The current market value for a circulated 1948 Lincoln wheat penny starts at just a few cents over face value. However, when you move into the higher grades, the story changes dramatically. A coin in mint state red condition can easily reach values of $10, $20, even $40 depending on the grade and quality. Right now, the market places the top examples at a value of around $42, which is quite amazing when you think about holding just a single cent in your hand. Rare era varieties can push the value even higher. Collectors look for double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and repunched mint marks. These rare errors can transform an ordinary 1948 wheat penny into a coin worth hundreds of dollars or more. Another important factor that drives the value is the difference between the three mint locations. The Philadelphia issue is the most common but still collectible. The Denver mint marked with AD is very popular with collectors in the western states. The San Francisco mint marked with an S is usually the lowest mintage and carries extra demand. Always look closely under the date to see if you have AD or an S mint mark. So why do collectors still chase the 1948 wheat penny with such passion? Part of it is the history. This was a post-war coin, a symbol of America moving into a new era of prosperity and growth after the hardships of the 1930s and 1940s. Part of it is the design itself, the beautiful wheat ears that remind us of simple American values. And part of it is the thrill of the hunt, the chance that one lucky collector might find a rare gem hiding in a coin jar, a roll of pennies from the bank, or even tucked away in an old drawer at home. Imagine finding one of these coins in uncirculated condition glowing with fiery red luster, struck over 75 years ago yet looking almost brand new. That feeling of discovery is what makes coin collecting so exciting and why the 1948 wheat penny continues to be a favorite among hobbyists. So the next time you come across an old penny from 1948, do not ignore it. Check the mint mark, check the condition, and maybe even have it graded by a professional service if it looks promising. You could be holding a coin worth much more than just 1 cent. At a current market value of around $42 for a high-quality example, this little copper coin proves that sometimes the smallest treasures can carry the biggest stories. Thank you for watching and joining me on this journey into the world of the 1948 Lincoln wheat penny. If you enjoyed learning about this coin's history and value, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another story about rare coins worth big money. Who knows? The next coin in your pocket could be a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. Would you like me to also add some storytelling style, like imagining how people in 1948 used these pennies in daily life to make your script even more cinematic and emotionally powerful? Today we are talking about a coin that has a special place in American history, a coin that many collectors love to own, the 1952 wheat penny. This little 1-cent coin may look ordinary at first glance, but believe me when I say its story, its history, and its value will leave you amazed. So stay with me till the very end, because you might have one of these Ultra Lincoln pennies without even knowing it, and it could be worth more than you imagine. Let us first step back into the year 1952. America was in a period of change. The Korean War was ongoing, President Harry S. Truman was leading the country, and the post-World War II economy was expanding rapidly. During this era, the United States Mint was still producing the classic wheat penny design, officially called the Lincoln wheat cent. On the obverse or front side you have the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner back in 1909. On the reverse you see the 2 wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. This design represents honesty, labor, and growth, truly fitting for the American spirit of that time. Now, specifically in 1952, the Denver Mint struck a massive number of pennies, more than 746 million coins bearing the small d mint mark under the date. Because of that large mintage, many people assume the coin has no real value beyond a cent. But here is where it gets interesting. Collectors are not just looking for any 1952 d penny, they are looking for those special ones that survived in pristine condition, coins that escaped circulation and still carry that original mint red shine. These are the ones that fetch higher prices in today's market. In circulated condition, meaning coins that have been used in everyday transactions. Most 1952 d wheat pennies are worth just a few cents to maybe 20 or 30 cents depending on the wear. But when you find one in higher grades, such as uncirculated or mint state, the value jumps. A typical uncirculated coin with that bright red luster can easily bring you a few dollars, and if you find one graded by a professional service at mint state 65 or above, collectors are willing to pay well over $10. In fact, rare examples with exceptional strike and eye appeal can reach up to $40 or even $42 on today's market. That is an incredible return on a simple penny. But the story does not stop there. Error coins from this year are also highly sought after. Imagine discovering a 1952 d penny with a doubled die obverse, or perhaps an off-center strike, or even a coin struck on the wrong planchet. These rare mistakes can transform an ordinary wheat penny into a small fortune, sometimes selling for hundreds of dollars or more depending on rarity. That is why checking your pocket change, your coin jars, and even your old family piggy banks is worth your time. You never know what treasures are waiting for you. Another thing that makes the 1952 d wheat penny special is its place in the broader story of Lincoln cents. Just 7 years later, in 1959, the United States Mint retired the wheat reverse and introduced the Lincoln Memorial design. That means every wheat penny, including the 1952 d, is part of an era that has ended, an era that collectors treasure because it connects us back to the early and mid-20th century. Holding one of these coins is like holding a piece of living history in your hands, a direct link to the millions of people who once used it in their daily lives. Collectors today continue to hunt for wheat pennies to complete their sets, and the 1952D is an essential piece. If you are new to coin collecting, this coin is a fantastic starting point. It is affordable in lower grades yet challenging to find in the best conditions, which makes it exciting for beginners and seasoned collectors alike. Plus, its history and design make it one of the most beloved American coins ever struck. So, if you have a penny jar at home, take a closer look. Check the dates carefully. Look for that small D under the year 1952. If you find one in sharp condition with minimal scratches and a bright reddish glow, you might be looking at a coin worth far more than 1 cent. Even if yours is circulated, it is still a charming piece of history worth holding onto. And here is the takeaway. The 1952 wheat penny is not just a coin. It is a story of America's resilience, a reminder of simpler times, and a hidden gem in the world of numismatics. Whether it sells for a few cents, $10, or a strong $42 on the collector market, its true value lies in its connection to history and the thrill of the hunt. So the next time you hear the jingle of coins in your pocket, remember this. That sound might not just be spare change. It could be the key to unlocking a little treasure that has been waiting decades for you to discover. Keep searching, keep learning, and keep collecting, because you never know when your ordinary penny could turn into something extraordinary. Thank you for watching this video about the 1952 wheat penny, one of the ultra-Lincoln pennies of the United States. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history and value, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more exciting stories from the world of coins and currency. Until next time, happy collecting. Would you like me to also make a shorter, catchy version of this script for YouTube Shorts, so you can attract viewers quickly before directing them to the full video?